All right, what's going on, everybody? GB Card Stacks here. Been buying a lot. I've mentioned a lot in my videos. I have not been selling a lot. That seems to be the general consensus for a lot of people. Just you're in the lull of baseball season, basketball's ending, football. There's no draft or like off-season hype that comes right after. Not really any activity going on. There's some camp stuff going on, I guess, but really nothing until I guess hopefully the national, hopefully like late June, July, things start picking up for NFL, college football, but decided to just start buying some more. I think this is a good opportunity. So let's go ahead. Let's see what I've been buying. A couple eBay packages and then also some Amazon, just some stuff that we'll get into. All right, so first one is an interesting one. Donovan Smith, gold shimmer, number to 50, 45 of 50. What's annoying about this is that he's in a Texas Tech jersey. He started there, then transferred to Houston, and they just didn't bother to Photoshop or do anything. I go either way. Dante Moore and a couple of the other guys had some really rough Photoshop. Shadur's, I would argue, was pretty bad. Like Marshawn Lloyd, Dorian Singer, like some of those guys were actually okay. You can still tell there's some details here and there, but Donovan Smith, he's been getting some hype lately, and I get it, but just interesting. We'll see where it goes, but starting to be on those like top 10 quarterback list for the draft. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's a size. Like I said, 6'5", 240. He's going to have the rocket arm. Houston might be the second worst team in the Big 12 ahead of BYU. They're probably below ASU. I think they've got enough talent to figure things out. Houston lost all their good players. They bring in Willie Fritz from Tulane. All these guys transferred out. They lost their tackle to the draft. He went in the second round. I think their other top offensive lineman went to Colorado. Matthew Golden went to Texas. Samuel Brown went to Miami. So they're kind of a mess right now. But Donovan Smith, I get it. It's a weaker quarterback class from what you can tell right now. Just interesting. He's getting a lot of hype. He's in those top 10 lists. This was the most watched card from Donovan Smith. Go to watchcount.com. You can see that information. And I sold both of my Sapphire Autos. I bought those probably back in February, March maybe, for $10, $15 a piece. Sold them for like $65 and $75 a piece. So I do like the Sapphires a lot more just because it's his actual Houston jersey and it's the baby blue. I think those are cool. Again, just more of a, something's happening with the market. I'm going to get in. This was $6.79 according to this invoice. So not bad for gold. Not my favorite, though. I'm not going to buy really his Bowman Chrome autos. I think Sapphire is the move, but we'll see. All right, this is one of my favorite cards, just in general. I think I've got a couple of copies of these. Larry Fitzgerald, Topps Chrome Black out of 2013. Just a sick image. Going up for the catch, black jersey, black color match here. Might look to grade it. I haven't looked. I think my other copies are pretty beat up. I think I have looked at them before, but I love this card. You can get it for under $10. I think I got this for maybe $8. So just a cool piece. I like Larry Fitzgerald numbered stuff, just what I grew up watching, and just makes sense for me, I guess. Okay, so more Donovan Smith. I think this was also pretty cheap. This is the card that I would want, the Sapphire compared to the Chrome. I just think it looks a lot better with the Texas Tech stuff going on. I think that looks pretty nice. I like the true Sapphire base just because the blue I think looks better. But gold, I think they're like $8, and I think the next cheapest is like $20. I think this is my second or third copy. I just bought him because he's always been super cheap, and super cheap quarterbacks and guy like him, rocket arm. I get it with the draft. People love the Anthony Richardsons. I think the Joe Milton hype was never quite there, which is interesting to me. If we're hyping up Joe Milton, or if you're hyping up Anthony Richardson, I think you hype up Joe Milton. I think Donovan Smith is kind of one of those next guys, just the rocket arm, big guy, mobile, athletic, hard to bring down, all those things, right? So that's my thought process. I've just picked, I think I have his orange on ComC. I've got a ton of his base Sapphire on ComC. I was buying for like 50, 60 cents. Again, just quarterbacks that aren't quite, it's not a Grant Wells out of Virginia Tech. I think he's now at Marshall. Like, not a terrible quarterback like that, but still a starting role. He lit up Texas. He had like 400 yards, I think, and a couple touchdowns. I bought his auto pretty close to release day for like $2, and I think I'd flip that for like 10 within the same week just because of that game. Okay, this I think I bought on my Discord. I totally forgot about it. I feel like there was a card that I bought on Twitter or online that I just completely forgot about. I think, was this Green Yoshi maybe? Might have bought this from him. I think it was like 12, 13 bucks. I like Cam Ward. I don't mind that it's his Wazoo stuff. I don't mind that it's Bowman Best. His autos are getting hard to find. We'll see if he's in the new Bowman University set updated in Miami jersey. But I do like just his autos in general. I think out of all the quarterbacks that are in kind of the NFL draft pool, I think he's one of the few guys who has like I imagine his draft evaluation, because first he declared for the draft, and then he pulled out, or I think he entered the portal, and he kind of fumbled the bag. There were a ton of schools after him, and I think it was just an NIL deal, and he was just getting greedy. And then he decided to declare for the draft, and then he ended up coming back to Miami. So I don't know exactly what was going on. I know he was getting evaluated. I think it was like a 5th, 6th round grade. Nonetheless, amongst those like day 3 guys, I think he's the top guy who can go from day 3 to day 1, if that makes sense. I mean, we'll see how everything kind of shakes out. You've got Carson Beck, Shadur, Quinn, Ewers, like Jackson Dart's kind of seen as a day 2 guy. I'm trying to think of others who are kind of in that later half. I'm blanking, but I don't know. I just feel like he's got the most upside, I guess, the room to grow. He's excelled at everywhere he's been. Incarnate Word, Wazoo, now going to Miami. He has a fumble problem. He's fumbled like 48 times in his career, but everywhere he's gone, he's excelled. I think it could work out. All right, so I mentioned the Donovan Smith stuff. It was just way too... I'd seen the stuff on Twitter, but I didn't think much of it. And then I started getting offers on my Sapphires. I kept upping the price. I think at one point you could have gotten for 40 bucks. Jumped them up to... I think I was getting offers. Jumped it up to like 50, 60, 70. Sold one at like 60 or 65. Then jumped the other one up to 80. Eventually sold it at 75. And I felt that's totally fine for a base Sapphire, in my opinion. But then started just scooping up the base Sapphires for like $2 a piece. Maybe look to grade them, but nothing crazy. Just, I'll take a chance. I'm always willing to take a chance, especially when it's a quarterback, and that's kind of how the card market goes. Okay, I don't necessarily remember buying this specifically. I think I might have won this at auctions for $10, $12, $13. I've just been buying a ton of Paige Buchers. I think she'll be the top player in the league, or in the college world next year. Or there's Kiki from Stanford, who is now at USC. Gonna have a ton of eyeballs with Juju Watkins there. But I think Paige is kind of the next one. She's projected number 1 or 2 in WNBA mock drafts. I just think that hype is gonna be on her next year. So color match Sapphire, premium product. Been buying a lot of Paige. You'll see that. I'll be leaving for a week. I've been buying a ton of Paige, so in my next mail day video, you're gonna see a ton of it, I'm sure. Okay, I don't remember buying all. I mean, I do. I remember the Mason Taylor, because I was just throwing auction numbers out. I won this at auction, and yeah, I think I just kind of kept the stack open. Totally forgot I got it. I'm curious how much I paid for it, but just kind of stuff. Hopefully I can grade it, and I'll kind of rip through it here. I don't remember how much I paid for this. I think this has been sitting in my kitchen for like a week now, but I just haven't had enough mail to be able to open it up for a video. So Carson Beck, refractor, been buying a ton of him. I think he's the number 1 quarterback taken off the board. Just with the prominence of the position, I think he'll ultimately go number 1. Unless it's like Carolina, that'll be an interesting decision. Jackson Arnold, I can't imagine that was more than a couple bucks. Little Sapphire again. Hopefully I can grade those. This must have been cheap. I'm not a huge Malik Neighbors guy. I couldn't sell a lot of it, but it seems like he's having a good time in the Giants rookie camp or mini camp, whatever's going on right now. So just buying it just in case, I guess. You can probably get him $10. Mason Taylor. This I think I got for like $1.99. No one bid on it. I like Mason Taylor. I'm very high on him. LSU has to replace a lot of offense from Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. That was 3,000 passing yards. They don't really have a whole lot of guys that return. Kyron Lacey didn't really do much. Chris Hilton hasn't really done much. CJ Daniels from Liberty, very productive there. We'll see how he steps in. And then Mason Taylor, 300-yard tight end. Not terrible for the position. Jawar Jordan, I got this, I don't know, just because it must have been cheap. Local kid for me, so I like buying them. Cam Ward, this had to have been $10 to $13, I imagine. Again, just low-end Cam Ward autos. This, I think, was a pretty good price, maybe $4 or $5. Jackson Dart seems to be hot. I'm buying him. I was talking to Cam yesterday or 2 days ago. Ole Miss, one of those teams I could see them going 11-1. They'll lose to Georgia. I think they've got Georgia. I'm not high on Alabama at all. I could also see them just going 8-4. You know, they're great on paper. Will they put it all together? Who knows? And then Hidalgo, Sapphire. So I'll look to grade. I mean, I guess because next are Amazon packages. So I would not that, probably not that, probably not that. I'd probably look at these. Probably not that. Look to grade these. So we'll give them a look. I definitely want to start pushing out some submissions more. We'll see what happens. So now going into this, these are my Amazon purchases. So I've mentioned Little Victories sports cards a few times now. Kind of motivated me to start grading even more. I've been doing baby steps, like one submission a quarter, very small. I submitted SGC for the first time like last week. We'll see how it goes. And so just, you learn a ton watching his channel. He's mentioned a few different items that I'm like, you know what, if it'll help me grade, then that's great. So I bought, I don't know, like quite a couple, like a huge, what is this? Eight microfibers. I was just using these crappy Costco ones. I think I've just been using these. I feel like I've had these since like high school. Like I've just always cleaned my glasses with these. So that's what I've been using. So just wanted some fresh ones that I can keep. And then this, you know, not my proudest purchase, but he mentioned a jeweler. Oh, it's got a microfiber with it. He mentioned a jeweler's loop. We'll see how this goes. I don't know. It's just like a magnifying glass base. I probably could have just bought a dollar store magnifying glass if I could open this little pouch. There we go. But we'll see. I don't know. It's interesting. It was like $8. The microfibers weren't super expensive either. So, oh, is there a light too? Oh God. Yep. So that's a light. So we'll see. I guess, you know, if it's gonna help, even with just one card, finding a little speck, I'll try it. I'll try anything. And then this one, oh yeah, I bought a centering tool. So I mentioned, I bought it on Amazon just because I was in, oh, is that, oh, no, okay. What is this? Is this where all like the information is? Is this ruined? I can't grab this. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, it's supposed to be like that. So yeah, we're talking about it, I think in the Discord, just how SGC hammers centering a little bit more. And I don't know how to read this. It looks very complicated. I'm sure once I figure it out, it'll make more sense. But a centering tool just to kind of help with my grading process and, you know, help me learn a little bit more. That was like $5 or $6, maybe $7 on Amazon. I think I could have got them on eBay for like $4 or $5, but wanted them same day, even though I waited like 3 or 4 days to open it, just because I haven't had any mail. So that's everything. So some grading stuff. We're gonna be grading some more. I'm gonna look these over, see what we do. I love that card. I don't even know if that was on camera. Yeah, I can't imagine I paid more than like $50 for some of those. I love Paige Buchers as a buy. Beckers. I feel like when she was a freshman, people were saying Buchers. When she was a freshman, Arizona beat them in the Final Four. And I feel like everyone was like Paige Buchers, and everyone was talking about like her and Jalen Suggs, who went to like Johns Hopkins in Minnesota or whatever. They went to the same high school. And that's when Gonzaga had Chet, maybe, I don't remember. And then Gonzaga was like the #1 seed that year, maybe. I don't remember. Donovan Smith. That was just the most watched Donovan Smith card. I had to do it. Cam Ward. A couple of random singles. So not bad for a mail day. If you enjoyed, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.